No, I'm not actually moving in slow motion. This is the bug what pro players have been talking about. And no, it has nothing to do with counter strafing or crouching. Well, kind of, but not really. I'm going to show you how Valve can actually fix this quite quickly. And no, it doesn't have to do with view angles and stuff like that. First of all, I want to thank Peter because he gave me a script which made it easy. I just came back from work, I loaded up the script, and it was actually easy for me to find what the real issue was. Let's talk about it right after Skinsmonkey. Skinsmonkey is an automated trading site. Simply trade an old skin that you don't want for a new skin that you do want. The advanced filters make it super easy to find anything. Use my code COOK to get $5 on your first trade and a 35% deposit bonus. They've got 24/7 live support, and don't forget to take part in the free giveaways. They've got free daily, weekly and monthly giveaways. Link is in the description. First, let me start by addressing the misconceptions. No, it has nothing to do with the geometry of the map or some particles just like this one. It has nothing to do with it. As you can see over here, there's just one inclined surface and I'm in the middle of nowhere. Another thing you can notice right over here, heater again. Too many pictures nowadays, I guess. Now, Nico posted about this and everybody was like, it's crouching, still shooting and then strafing. Well, everybody found the symptom, but nobody really found the cause. So right now, I'm just moving right. I'm not even moving my mouse and you can see I got stuck. So I don't even have to move my mouse to get stuck. So that is the first key point. Now, a lot of people say if we set this to 0, it is going to fix the problem. I do recommend setting this to 0. Please Valve, set it to 0 because it makes movement so better. But it is not really going to fix the problem. So let's just start doing our test. So I'm just going to run the script again. So we go over there, no problem. We don't get stuck. Let's do the second iteration. We don't get stuck again. Let's do it again. Let's do the third iteration. And you can see we get stuck. It does help when you're moving your mouse, just like this. So when you're moving your mouse, you don't get stuck. This is why I recommend Valve. Please put it to 0. It doesn't break smokes. I don't know why you don't do it. Please do it. So when you're moving your mouse, it is really beneficial to put it at 0. But look what happens if the default value is set. You get completely stuck. Like you have to let go of your mouse to kind of move, right? So part 1 of the problem is to actually set this to 0. Because this will fix when you're kind of moving your mouse. Now, does this problem go away at 64 FPS? No, not really. So you see over here, first try, everything goes well, no problems really. Let's go to our second try. Again, everything goes well, no problems. Again, let's go to our third try. Everything goes, no problem. And if you do it, like sometimes you'll... Okay, we get stuck here, right? Now, right over here, you can see on the stairs, I again get stuck. You can see my input overlay as well. So I'm kind of stuck. Now, let us try to diagnose some issues here. So let us try to reduce our friction and see if we can kind of climb our inclined surface. Basically, it's just your horizontal velocity and vertical velocity and what kind of slope velocity intermingling. So it is not dependent on friction. As you can see, even if I set it to 0, I cannot really climb it. But the key thing here is that if I approach it a little bit further away, I can always climb it. So this means that the velocity at which you approach the angled surface, that is very important. So if I were to kind of time my counter strafe here, my velocity would go to 0 and I wouldn't even have to crouch to be able to replicate the bug. So let's try it. And you can see I'm not even crouching. I just counter strafed and I'm kind of completely slowed down, because I approached the angled surface at a particular velocity, which was quite low for me to climb the surface. I hope you get it, what I really mean. So let's keep going, let's keep going. As you can see, this is the main issue. And this will happen anywhere where you have a horizontal climb. So if I just start climbing from here and move my mouse, which is the bug with 0 and 1 view angles. And again, you'll see I get stuck here. And if I approach it a little bit further away, I won't get stuck because I have enough velocity to climb over this vertical climb. So this has to do with your velocity and momentum when approaching a sloped surface. Now, another thing which we can do to kind of verify this is by actually changing our acceleration value. So let's say if I change it to something lower like 2, I don't even have to crouch. So first of all, I'm just gonna start a little further away. You see I climbed on the surface, but now I'm just gonna start here, and you can see I get stuck. So it has everything to do with your velocity or acceleration when you approach. So if you're a pro player and you are forced to play on this, make sure you don't counter strafe around these corners, because you can get stuck, especially if you're moving your mouse in the current patch. If you get naded and your speed slows down and you're near kind of an angle surface, again, you're going to encounter it. And despite all that, even if you're not moving your mouse, sometimes you'll encounter it. It is the culmination of 2 bugs, not just one. First, that you're moving your mouse, it is kind of disrupting your speed. Second, and more importantly, it has everything to do with interaction between your vertical velocity and horizontal velocity when you approach a slope at a particular degree. I hope this helps. Well, please fix. You have the blueprint. Take care, everyone. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm out.